work, and I've always appreciated his feedback. I've had the honour of playing with some of the gentlemen. I played in John Parker's 200th game, and but I can't believe I was 2 years old when you were out on the field. So,
We're on the way.
23rd of January 1954. 23rd of January 1954, Philip made his debut in the first 15 against a club called Stroud. Old Haberdashers 0, Stroud 11. That was the first game he played. His 200th game was against Pontypridd. Old Haberdashers 3, Pontypridd 3. Brilliant game. So Philip was captain between 1963-4 and also for the season. At that time, we ran 8 sides out of this rugby club. Okay, 8 teams, and how times have changed, but obviously a very thriving club at that time. The record for the season, and I'm sure Philip you'll furnish us with some more detail around that, was played 32, won 12, lost 16, drawn 4. So those 3 all victories were probably quite regular. So, no more ado, I'm just going to hand over to Colchester to say a couple of words, and then we'll hand over to Philip, who is just going to do that. But again, welcome to our good friends from Colchester, and guys, this is an amazing gathering of people. There are 17 people out of the 32 people that played in that season, and that's a phenomenal turnout. And it's great.
We'd like to thank Old Haberdashers for hospitality. Once again, thank the ladies for the fantastic food. Thank you very much indeed. And we're very honoured to be here on this occasion as well. I was 3 years old. I've just picked you there. But I'm sure I'm correct in saying that 1963 was a very harsh winter. Yes. Because I remember my mother telling me, not that any of you would know this, she walked me by my hand across Gosfield Lake, which is quite a large lake in comparison in England anyway. Perhaps not if you're in Canada. But we're very honoured to be here today. Thank you very much indeed for all your hospitality. And gentlemen, fantastic to see you all here representing rugby, and hopefully we'll see a great game of rugby today, and may rugby be the winner. Yeah. Thank you very much. Sorry, I missed it. Could we all stand up and toast these gentlemen? Well done. Thank you. Well done, gentlemen.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, gentlemen, first of all I'd like to thank you, Mr. President and Secretary Martin Baker, for help and support you've given us in arranging this function. And I'd like to present you with copies of the souvenir brochure. That represents the history of the 1963-64 season, the ups and the downs. The ups were the wins over Merchant Taylors and the draw with Pontypridd. The down was certainly the death of Adrian Fuller. There are a number of players in that series who didn't make it to this occasion. I'd like to stand in their memory. There were Peter Stewart, Peter Stevenson, David Stern, Barry Allbone, Michael Beeman, Nigel Fuller, Dick Cook, Ray Gibbs, John Green, Chris Robinson, Adrian Fuller, Julian Littlewood and John Stagg. I've been in touch with 4 overseas players, Robert Everton in California, Tony Pettit living in Canada, John Mapleson in New Zealand, all send their regards and hope you have a nice day. Looking back to these years, rugby was different. It was different on and off the field. The main difference is on the field when in the set piece. Scrum, the hooker you were expected to hook the ball. And you were judged by the number you got against the hedge. And the props were supposed to do everything that they're not allowed to do today, like disrupt their position by pushing them down, up, or sideways. The line-outs were different. Lifting was illegal, subject to a penalty. Now it's mandatory. The hookers didn't throw the ball in, the wings threw the ball. The hooker's job was to mark the guard the 5-yard line, 5 yards area, front of the line, and they tackle the scrum half. Just a box kick. Off the field, things are different as well. We didn't have league. We played the best fixture technique can get you. Which in our case meant the leading London Old Boys sides and the best town sides. With such as Stroud, mentioned, Cheltenham, and Torquay, and Nottingham, places like that. Old Boys rugby was respected then. It was reported in the national press, and and it was a good second division run. We were a closed club, and it said we were running not 18, close to 7, usually 5. But to play, you had to be into the school, not in a master's school. Rather limited ambitions. And we always wanted to play at the highest standard as possible. Some things never change, however. There's our love for this great game of ours. Our desire to improve ourselves as much as we can, play the best opposition. Above all, friendship and camaraderie that we have experienced, continued. May it go on for over 50 years.
see if there are any. Yeah, oh yes, there's one or two of them. Not again. I want to just very quickly say 4 thank yous to Philip. First of all, for him having the idea of organising our meeting today. Secondly, to congratulate him on the effort that went into screening the world for our motley bunch. I think he must have had help from not only these two here, but also from Tessa at home. Thirdly, for being a super captain, I like to think I handed over a reasonable team to him. But there will be disputes over that. But he gave what he did then, what he has done to everything for this club. His dedication, support, organisation, and above all, patience. Because rugby is a wonderful game, as he said, for bonding people together, and we build up friendships that we never lose. Sometimes we wish we could, but be that as it may. And I'm so glad that he did this. And when he first mentioned it to me, said, well, it won't take you long to round them up because there aren't many of them left. But he's raised a team which, from the weight of the forwards, would push anything over the for the speed of the backs, you'd beat us hollow. But thank you to him for all that. And I'm so glad that he mentioned absent friends. There's just one more I'd like to add to that. Technically, he's with us. Unfortunately, he's not with us mentally. I used to call him the enigma, the hard man of the back row. But I was shattered one day when I asked him what was his favourite thing to do. And he said, be on my own. And that was amazing to me to hear somebody at that age saying that. And sadly, a cruel twist of fortune and fate, that is exactly what he is. So I'd like to add his name to the list that Philip has read out. And I'd also like to add one other name, because he was my, in quotes, protector from opposing wingside forwards who were always offside and doing late tackling. And he said that that's what he was there to do. But he spent the rest of his life telling me that that's what he did. I have the scars to prove that he didn't always succeed. But I would add him to the list, although he didn't actually play under Philip's captaincy. But the worst thing we had ever, and who of us will ever forget the day when Adrian Fuller, at the start of a wonderful career in petrochemicals, with a PhD, and he was only 23. He died on the field at the old Blues ground, Fairlock. And that, I think, is the saddest thing of all. We are the lucky ones. Absolutely. We're here more or less in one piece, and we just would like to say there were unlucky ones, and we think of them just for a moment in this very happy meeting. But thank you for listening. Well done,